Welcome to Public Contracting in Washington State. This session discusses how businesses can compete for government contracts. A solicitation is a request for bids or proposals. Awards may be based on various criteria, including lowest price or the lowest responsible bidder. WEBS is the state procurement portal website, managed by DES, NIGP codes. From the Institute for Public Procurement, describe your type of work. Public contracting is how government agencies buy goods and services. In Washington, DES manages statewide rules for fairness and transparency. Agencies contract with businesses because it is more efficient than doing the work in-house or to obtain special expertise. State contracts are posted on the WEBS portal. Registration is free. You can search for open solicitations using the site's search tool by selecting Search Opportunities from the navigation bar. In this section, we discuss the main solicitation formats and contract types used by state agencies. Each solicitation type has its own requirements, and each contract type comes with different expectations for pricing, risk, and performance. Agencies use a variety of purchasing methods. Competitive solicitations are publicly posted and scored based on predefined criteria. Direct buys are used for small purchases and do not require formal competition. Sole source procurements occur when only one vendor is capable of meeting the requirements. These require public notice, and other vendors may submit their capability statements to demonstrate their qualifications. Other methods include emergency purchases, existing statewide or cooperative contracts, and convenience contracts. State agencies are required to use the statewide contracts, except for rare exceptions. Local agencies, schools, and nonprofits can also use the statewide contracts through DES. Solicitation types include competitive solicitation, combined solicitation, request for proposal, request for quote, request for qualifications and quotation, and request for information. RFP's responses typically require more detailed proposals. RFQs primarily require pricing information. RFQQs focus on skills, experience, and credentials. RFIs request information from vendors to help agencies shape fair solicitations. Combined solicitations cover multiple categories of goods or services. Now, let's talk about contract types. Each contract type sets how vendors are paid and what risks or responsibilities they assume. For every contract type, think about both the potential benefits and key factors vendors should evaluate before accepting work. Examples include time and materials, which offers flexibility, requires careful tracking of hours and materials against a not-to-exceed budget. Fixed price provides cost predictability, but shifts risk to the vendor if expenses increase or delays occur. Cost Plus reimburses actual costs plus a fee. Agencies expect detailed documentation of every expense. Other contracts include statewide contracts managed by DES are long-term agreements, typically 2 to 5 years, that provide broad visibility and access across agencies. Purchase orders are generally for one-time purchases with defined scope and pricing. Here's how the public contracting process typically works. An agency identifies a need and issues a solicitation. Vendors respond with bids or proposals, which are evaluated based on predefined criteria. A vendor is selected, and the contract is awarded, signed, and managed through completion. Now let's talk about understanding and responding to competitive solicitations. Register in WEBS to access state contracting opportunities. Using the site's search tool, you can search by commodity code, county, government organization, or key terms. When responding, read all documents thoroughly. Confirm that you meet the minimum qualifications. Proposals that don't may be disqualified. If needed, consider teaming with partners to strengthen your capabilities and response. Be sure to align your proposal with the instructions and evaluation criteria provided in the solicitation. Use evidence or proof to back up claims made in your proposal. Most solicitations include key sections such as background, minimum qualifications, schedule, scope of work, and proposal instructions. The background explains why the agency needs the goods or services. Required qualifications may include criteria such as education, licenses, years of experience, or geographic location. Additional sections may include pricing requirements, submission instructions, evaluation criteria, required forms, and contract terms and conditions. Always check webs for and review solicitation amendments. Vendors are responsible for following the most current version of the solicitation. Check webs for Q and A updates, which may include clarifications or other valuable information. Proposals typically include bidder's certification, technical approach to the scope of work, project team qualifications, cost and pricing details, and sometimes a diverse business inclusion plan. Inclusion plans may require listing subcontractors, their roles, and their percentage of the work. Other common elements include the executive summary, staffing plan, past performance, equity or community impact, pricing, required forms, and a submission checklist. Agencies often contact business references. Choose individuals who can speak to your capabilities and reliability. Always get their permission in advance so that they are prepared to respond if contacted. Be sure to follow any proposal formatting requirements, such as page limits, font size, etc. Once submitted, the agency evaluates proposals, and the apparent successful bidder is announced. The contract is officially awarded after the protest period ends. The protest deadline and procedures are outlined in the solicitation. You may request a debrief, whether or not your proposal is selected, to understand strengths, gaps, and how to improve future proposals. Before signing the contract, review all contract terms, confirm insurance coverage, submit remaining documents, complete required approvals, and attend a kickoff meeting with your client. Kickoff meetings clarify expectations, roles, and communication protocols. After you are awarded a contract, after award, deliver the scope of work on schedule, follow all contract requirements, submit invoices correctly, provide updates, and maintain thorough records. Incomplete or inaccurate invoices may delay payment. Document all changes and approvals to protect your business. To build a foundation, register with key agencies, reconnect with past clients, promote your certifications, and keep your website current. Check vendor directories regularly to ensure your company information is accurate and up to date. Many of these directories autofill business details from registration systems or other sources. To expand your reach, monitor agency forecasts, attend outreach events, join industry associations, and meet procurement officers. Offer concise briefings on your services to build trust and demonstrate value. For long-term growth, engage in strategic networks, align your services with public sector goals, and follow up after meetings. Share updates, success stories, or new capabilities to stay visible and relevant to buyers. Resources for small businesses include the Washington Procurement Manual, the State Contracts Assistance Network, or SCAN, Apex Accelerator, Tabor 100, the Small Business Development Center, or SBDC, and Business Impact Northwest. These resources offer valuable information and technical assistance to help small businesses navigate public contracting. Take advantage of the support available. It can make a meaningful difference in your success. Thank you for spending this time learning about Washington State public contracting. I hope today's session gave you clarity, confidence, and practical steps you can take as you explore opportunities with state agencies. I encourage you to use the tools and strategies we discussed as you move forward.